Copper River Reds are some of the world's most coveted salmon. What makes them so different from other salmon? The reason Copper River Reds are so valued is that they have an extra long and arduous journey. It's 300 miles from Prince William Sound to the spawning grounds on the Copper River. Since they don't eat once they hit freshwater, they have to build up their strength and fat reserves to fuel their trip. This makes for an exceptionally rich, moist, succulent flesh. Beginning in May each year, over 2 million salmon make the voyage. The glacial-fed Copper River in south-central Alaska is muddy with glacial silt. This makes it impossible to fish with lines, so people use baskets, nets, and fishing wheels to scoop out the unassuming fish as they move blindly through the silt.
Curious about fishing wheels, we spent a couple nights here just outside of Chitina, camped on the riverbanks, wandering up and down the shoreline, meeting all the salty dogs, listening to stories of how these folks ended up in Alaska, from California, Louisiana, Hawaii, the Midwest, and, of course, the natives. Only residents can get permits, and all fish caught are subsistence only. They cannot sell them. You see a lot of families here. It's a multi-generational affair, and everyone has a story.
The dip netters told us harrowing stories of drownings they'd witnessed. We heard about people being sucked under when the silty river bottom they stood on suddenly became like quicksand. There's the true story of a man who was killed by a giant log hidden in the muddy currents barreling down the river. Netting in this way requires a willingness to risk life and limb. Alaskans are a tough lot. Netters have a limit of 30 fish, averaging about 8 pounds each. That's a respectable amount of top-shelf fish.
When it comes to the fishing wheels, ingenuity rules. It's like walking into an Odyssey of the Alaskan Mind contest. The baskets dig a hole in the river bottom where the salmon are naturally drawn to take a rest from swimming upstream. The paddles are shorter than the baskets so as not to sweep the fish from the bottoms. The baskets come along, scoop them up, and as they reach the top of the wheel, the fish flop down the slanted bottom out a hole and into a holding box of water beside the skiff. Holding tanks must be emptied at least every 10 hours, and the whole rig must be shut down when no one is tending it.
We stay a week, a few days, and then the next group come, and that way the family. And you have to get the permit to add to his wheel. But we've always dipped together, everybody. But now, because we're doing this, it's a lot easier.
We saw a lot of different configurations and materials. It looks like some people spend their winter creating the wheels, then haul them down here on trailers, while others build them on site. This guy brought his whole welding crew and spent several days working on this giant rig, while everyone up and down the shores were betting on whether or not the enormous sculpture would even float. He stayed focused on the task at hand.
With a wheel and a special request, a person can catch up to 500 salmon in 1 year. Most do not. I think it's usually 1 to 200. Again, subsistence only, not for sale. I asked someone, "What on earth do you do with 1,600 pounds of fish?" We're talking about some of the world's most prized salmon. The answer? They share it with extended family. They smoke a lot of them, freeze the rest, and they make dog food. Dog food! It's common in Alaska to have 10 to 12 sled dogs out in the yard. Hungry mouths to feed.
Cold, dense, Arctic air accelerates through the mountain passes. When the winds come howling through the canyon, the powdery glacial silt along the edges of the river becomes airborne in an eerie cloud of dust, so thick and so vast it's easily viewed in satellite images.
Looks like this project is finished. Moment of truth. Will it float?
Bring him nice and straight and just tell him just come straight back. Okay. Then unhook that again one more time so that he can straighten up the trunk.